Support for this podcast comes from listeners and St. Alphonsus Health System, a regional network of hospitals, clinics, and care providers. St. Alphonsus offers comprehensive healthcare services to individuals and families throughout the community. More information about services and locations is available at stalphonsus.org.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. This morning, we have a story on a change to the Anne Frank Memorial in downtown Boise. And we will explore why so many people spend so much on their pets for Halloween. It is Thursday, the day before Halloween. It's October 30th. Here we go with today's stories. Idaho businesses, large and small, especially small, say President Trump's fixation on tariffs is threatening their very existence. One of those small businesses here in Idaho is part of a group of entrepreneurs arguing before the Supreme Court next week. Simply put, they say they're being punished just because they have global partners.
Needless to say, the supply chain for what we produce just doesn't exist here in the U.S. The skilled labor doesn't exist here in the U.S., and it would take generations to rebuild that supply chain.
This is Cassie Abel, CEO of Wild Rye in Ketchum. They design ski and mountain bike apparel for women. She says the chokehold of tariffs on her company is overwhelming.
Based on real costs, what we've been up against so far this year, we've paid about $300,000 hard cash and unplanned tariffs.
And Abel says for her company, it's no longer a case of expanding or possibly hiring. It's about keeping the lights on.
We are no longer investing into product innovation. We're not investing into new hires. Every tariff increase means the risk of losing my home. It means the longer that it's taking to pay off debt. With high interest rates, my family's housing is at stake in addition to everything else.
And now it is hitting her customers with price increases.
After a lot of debate and analysis, we did end up having to raise our prices 10 to 15% across the board.
Next Wednesday, the Supreme Court hears these arguments from businesses across the U.S., including Cassie Abel's business, Wild Rye in Ketchum. And their argument against these tariffs is that they say countless jobs hang in the balance. Community members celebrated the reopening of Boise's Anne Frank Memorial yesterday. That after months of construction. James Dawson reports.
The majority of the project focused on widening the pathway connecting the memorial to the Boise Greenbelt and arcing it along the side of the site. The previous path led cyclists and others directly into the memorial, sometimes causing issues. Christina Bruce Benyon leads the Wasmus Center for Human Rights, which oversees the memorial next to its headquarters.
Here we can learn from the lessons of history, connect them to the present day, and be inspired to build a community that centers dignity and belonging, and where human rights are a lived reality for all.
Crews also added safety lights along the new pathway, as well as security cameras throughout the memorial, which has been vandalized in the past with Nazi graffiti. James Dawson, Boise State Public Radio News.
Later today, city officials will break ground on what will be a new public pool in Boise. The Bench neighborhood will be getting the pool, and earlier this year, the city was asked for their input on the theme for the kiddie pool. They landed on Under the Sea Exploration as the theme. For adults, it will be an 8-lane lap pool that reaches a depth of 7 feet. The pool will be near Whitney Elementary School. So school district officials will join the mayor and city council today for a groundbreaking set for 11 a.m. You know, you really don't have to go too far to confirm that Idahoans spend a fair amount when it comes to Halloween. Some of that spending, of course, is predictable. Certainly candy, decorations. What's really surprising is how much people spend on their pets when it's Halloween. Here's Lauren Patterson with Northwest Public Broadcasting.
Costumes, decorations, and candy. Those are the three big items driving Halloween spending this year, according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Curtis Dubé is their chief economist. People are predicted to spend billions on costumes for kids and adults, but he says $860 million will be spent on costumes for pets.
To spend almost $1 billion on pet costumes is definitely something that's eye-catching. I think it's part of the broader trend that we're spending a lot more on pets than we used to.
Dubé says that spending for All Hallows Eve could foretell how strongly consumers will spend during the upcoming holiday season. I'm Lauren Patterson, reporting.
And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here, what do you say, Friday? You can stay in touch with the news all the time at BoiseStatePublicRadio.org and tell your friends and family about The Connector and how they can find it wherever they find their favorite podcasts. For now, to you, thanks for listening.
Sources and methods, the crown jewels of the intelligence community. Shorthand for how do we know what's real? Who told us? If you have those answers, you're on the inside, and NPR wants to bring you there. From the Pentagon to the State Department to spy agencies, listen to understand what's really happening and what it means for you. Sources and Methods, the new national security podcast from NPR.